In the past week, local elections have taken place across the UK, Wales, England and in Scotland. Now, Labour had a historic defeat. They lost everywhere. But why is that? What happened? Over the years, they've lost Scotland to the SNP, a lot of Wales to Plaid Cymru, north of England to the Tories, and interestingly in London, the Green Party have been making some smart moves. But as Andrew Neil points out, that perhaps this could have been seen beforehand. And it really got me thinking, was this planned? This controlled decline over the years, get rid of power from the Labour Party, giving more power to the Tories. Much of the voting base of the left has been split off into these different little parties. As a result, there's clearly no strong opposition. This is a problem for obvious reason. However, it's been known for quite a while as well. It is also known that the Tories aren't actually conservative at all. They're actually quite left-leaning, especially in the past 10 years or so. The Labour Party most probably knows this also. If they have an agenda that the Tories are fulfilling, why get in their way? So it seems logical from the Labour's point of view to split off their voting base to smaller parties and allow the Tories to just run through with their left-leaning policies. So those are just my thoughts on the defeat of the Labour Party in the past few years. If you have any additional views you'd like to add to this, let me know what you think in the comments below. Having said that, there are still a few pockets of red about, one of whom being South Wales, but as I'm about to show you, it's only demographics that are keeping them alive in those areas. But looking at the results, we see there have been a few changes around, noticeably the Rhondda Valley in South Wales and Denbighshire in the north. But why did this flip happen? Well, one way is to look at the demographics from the previous election, 2016 to this year. In particular, I'd like to highlight these three areas: Monmouthshire, the Rhondda Valley and Denbighshire. Looking at Rhondda Valley first, we see the percentage of people who are black, Asian or ethnic minority increased from 1% to 4% in just 5 years. And sure enough, Labour won back that seat by, the margin, the increase in votes, very similar to the amount of, the changes in population. Monmouthshire, however, is an interesting case. It seems like the Labour Party tried to do their little tricks again, increasing the ethnic minority population from 1% to 3.5% between 2016 and 2021. However, that wasn't quite enough to win the seat, although you do see quite a large increase in the votes that the Labour Party gets. In the last election, they had 26% of the votes, but this year they had over 32%. And lastly, let's look at the Vale of Clwyd. Labour lost this seat to the Conservative, and once again the population structure can explain why they lost this seat. In 2016, the ethnic population was 2,400, and then it increased by just over 1,000 by 2021. And sure enough, that's how many increase in votes the Labour Party gained in those 5 years. So it seems they lost the seats because Labour didn't put enough ethnic individuals in that area. Also in England, lastly, Hartlepool switched from Labour to Conservative. Here's I got some numbers from 2015 to 2019. That was the latest figures. And sure enough, no changes in ethnic population. So it seems we can conclude that there's a direct correlation between the number of votes that the Labour Party gains and the population of the ethnic minority group. The only way they can win seats or increase their voting share is by increasing the ethnic population in the region. If you're interested in these datasets, I've left a link down below of the Wales data and the Hartlepool data as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one.